Begin the same way with poor digestion. If you're dealing with one or more of these conditions, then you need the Healthy Digestion.
What? Rigging elections, assassinating foreign leaders? Yeah, that was the thing in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Until all this became clear in the church committee hearings in 1977, it was like, okay, we shouldn't be doing that. And the president put a stop to that. But that was very common. The CIA, the whole MK Ultra and mind control, all this, just crazy stories. Those are conspiracies. You asked about conspiracies that are true. The CIA was involved in a lot of conspiracies, not to kill Kennedy, but to do other things.
We're with Dr. Michael Shermer. He's the publisher of the Skeptic magazine. What's new with the magazine, Michael?
Oh, well, we're kind of delving into more mainstream culture war issues. We've done the paranormal, the supernatural, and psychics and conspiracies and UFOs for years. So now we're getting into more mainstream issues like abortion, trans issues, nationalism, Christian nationalism, vaccines, and just anything that's kind of relevant to many more millions of people that still want to know what's the truth. So we've done quite a bit on COVID. I've just been dealing with a lot of these books coming out now, showing that, as I mentioned earlier, Fauci, Collins, CDC, they knew pretty early on that children were not going to be very affected by the virus, that old people and people with pre-existing conditions were the most vulnerable. The whole Barrington Declaration in the fall of 2020, Jay Bhattacharya and his colleagues, they were right, that they were vilified as fringe epidemiologists. Jay Bhattacharya, he's got a PhD in economics and an MD in epidemiology. Come on. At Stanford University, come on. He's a fringe epidemiologist simply because he challenges the mainstream. So that there we need a lot more.
Coming after 10 days.
Good point. Michael, we're going to take a short break and come back with more phone calls for you next
Every
time.
week, one
Feeling
time.
lost? Not close to your radio?
Painful.
Grab your smartphone or computer and listen to iHeartRadio.
Just that happened before wash my
Or
hair.
go to iHeartRadio.com.
Oi.
Registry Farms is Ben Fuchs here. I've been studying healthy bodies for 35 years. And what I've got to tell you may shock and surprise you, but if you listen up, it may change your life. The most important thing to recognize about psoriasis, and for that matter all skin issues such as eczema, acne, rosacea, is the fact that although these conditions appear on the skin, this is not where they begin. In fact, the rashes and plaques associated with psoriasis and the lesions and zits and itchiness represent the end of a cycle that begins most often as a defensive response to something that has entered into the blood and represent the body's attempt to protect itself, and this is why the predominant dominant medical strategy for dealing with the condition involves anti-inflammatory and anti-immune medication. The digestive system is in large part where the immune system is housed. Be on the lookout for psoriatic flare-ups, digestive difficulties, or any other inflammatory symptoms, including joint pain and muscle soreness, and link them to foods which should then be eliminated. For some folks, animal foods can be problematic. In a 1983 study, psoriatic patients' skin conditions improved both when fasting and when placed on a vegan diet. A good probiotic supplement is important, and make sure to get enough fiber. Try grinding flax and chia seeds, adding in some water and coconut milk for a delicious, fiber-filled, detoxifying pudding. Use vitamin A supplements and omega-3 filled fish oil. And make sure to get some sun.
Fish
In addition to
oil.
supporting skin-healing vitamin D, the ultraviolet radiation from the sun has anti-psoriasis effects all on its own. Pharmacist Ben here, urging you to go to kscohealth.com to order Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Healthy Start Pack, and other nutritional supplements that I personally use and recommend. You can purchase these premium quality products at wholesale prices online at kscohealth.com. That's kscohealth.com. I'm a pharmacist that believes that staying healthy and strong is not only about medicine, it's about giving your body the raw materials it needs to do its work. Go to kscohealth.com. Make sure you check out the cool videos too at kscohealth.com. That's KSC.